Hello and welcome to another Dragonstorm Studios video. Today we're going to complete the duo that is Off the Shelf Reviews, Iain Buckingham. If Gary from last week is usually the calmer of the two, Iain is the fun, reactionary reviewer. Now, not that he isn't insightful, just that Iain is not afraid to voice his opinions, especially when a film raises his ire. Just as last week, this YouTube channel is not for everyone due to language content, but it has introduced me to numerous imaginative and terrifying films. One of the early videos I watched on the channel was the Terminator review. You could practically feel Iain's respect and admiration for James Cameron and his film. As a result, I intend to draw a T-800 endoskeleton in the background. It's going to be reaching out at Iain, much as the xenomorph was reaching for Gary last week. I mean, it'll be fine though. The Terminator would just be hanging out, patting him gently, in a friendly way. Not threatening at all. In the early videos from this channel, Iain showed his enthusiasm, but more recently he has refined his character and his persona. I particularly enjoy the introductions that they use, and Gary actually has broken at one point during one of these. It was wonderful. I don't recall which one off the top of my head, but it was great. But both he and Gary have perfected their comedic timing, and I guess their cadence with one another, in a sense that Iain really is a good fit. He's a foil for Gary. They work so well together. It was in these early videos where I wasn't really subjected to the true glory that is Iain Buckingham, because he really enjoyed those movies. It wasn't until later when they started reviewing films of, well, let's face it, lesser quality, that the true side came out. And the entertaining value I've gotten from these videos, and from Iain in particular, has been incredible over the past couple of months or so. So now we get to the heart of the drawing, and we're going to zoom in here to work on teeth. We haven't talked too much about drawing a smile on this channel yet, so here's an opportunity for us to do so. And what I'm going to do primarily is look for the white areas first, so the teeth themselves, both in the upper and lower, and then specifically the space in between the two. So I'm drawing in the negative space, the area inside the mouth, which we can't see because it's going to be dark in there. And by just rounding the teeth and creating, where necessary, a small space in between them, and when not necessary, just a very faint line, we're able to create that look. And although certainly a couple of minutes ago this drawing did not look good, because it kind of looked like he had some kind of, I don't know, banana or citrus as a mouth, once you add in that dark area and make the teeth stand out, the difference is absolutely incredible. And I'm not going to lie, up until this point I was a little bit worried with how it was looking, but after this point, as you can see here now, finally it's starting to look a bit more like Mr. Buckingham himself. And that's really gratifying, because I'm not going to lie, I was a bit worried about this drawing earlier on. The beard also will make a big difference, so I'm just going to shade in lightly first, and then just add some individual bristles here and there, because you often do get a couple that stand out, unless of course our beards are immaculate, and mine never is, so let's just go with that. The only truly dark area in the picture is going to be that hat, so once we get that in there very quickly, we're going to start working on the hair. You've seen me work on hair before, but essentially we're just darkening in the entire hair except where you get a little bit of reflection from the light source in the room, and then drawing some individual kind of clumps of hair and using the blending stomp to blend those in to create a bit more of a natural change from light to dark. But once again, what a difference that darkness in the picture makes. I cannot stress enough just how incredibly important that is. And just like you saw earlier in this video, please don't judge your work until such time as you see all those details added in. At this point, I think he's done. I'm pretty happy with that. Of course, we need a background, and to kind of complement the Gary drawing from last week, we're going to draw one of the creatures that they consistently review over the years. It's going to be a Terminator in the background. He's going to be reaching out for Iain just like the Xenomorph was for Gary. And we're just going to do some jump cuts to show some of the details, some of the highlights of the picture. Otherwise, this video would be quite long. Much like the Iain part of the drawing, I wasn't too terribly happy with how this was looking until such time as I got some of that shading in there. It kind of just looked like a skull at first, and until you got that metallic texture, it really didn't look right. So I was very gratified when I started adding, again, more dark to the picture, and it started looking more like a T-800 endoskeleton like we wanted it to. And as mentioned, we're going to have it kind of just reaching out over the shoulder of Iain here so that it can look just absolutely phenomenal and terrifying. I mean friendly and justifiably happy. So thank you ever so much for watching the video. If you feel that you got something from it, either you learned something or maybe you just wanted to watch that process happen, please feel free to give the video a like, share it with friends, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, and if you have any suggestions for other content, please let me know. I'm very glad to do both portraits and other objects, animals, places, things. Just let me know in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day.